about personal data had enabled all of Cambridge's efforts. But, most of all, I understood how Cambridge had taken advantage of all of these forces to help elect Donald Trump. As the car drove, my lawyers and I sat quietly, each of us preparing for what was to come. We all knew I would share any part of my story in full. The question now was what everyone else wanted to know. Mostly people seemed to want answers, both professional and personal, about how this could happen. There was a variety of reasons why I'd allow my values to become so warped, from my family's financial situation to the fallacy that Hillary would win regardless of my efforts or those of the company I worked for. But each of those was only part of the story. Perhaps the truest reason of all was the fact that somewhere along the way I'd lost my compass, and then myself. I'd entered this job believing I was a professional who knew how cynical and messy the business of politics was, only to learn time and again how naive I'd been. And now, it was on me to make it right. The car drifted smoothly through the streets of the capital, and I began to sense that we were closing in on our destination. I had been warned by the special counsel's team not to be afraid or surprised if upon arriving at the secure building where I was to be questioned, throngs of press awaited me. The location, it was said, was no longer secure. Reporters had caught on that the site was being used for the interviewing of witnesses. A reporter, the driver said, was hiding behind a mailbox. He recognized her from CNN. He had seen her loitering around the building for 8 hours at a time. In heels, he said. What they wouldn't do, he exclaimed. As we neared the place and turned a corner into a garage in the back, the driver told me to turn my face away from the windows, even though they were tinted. In preparation for my conversation with the special counsel, I had been told to clear my day, completely. I had been told that no one knew how long I would testify, or for how long I would then be cross-examined. However long it would be, I was ready. After all, my presence there had been my own doing. A year earlier, I'd made the decision to come forward, to shine a light in the dark places that I had come to know, and to become a whistleblower. I did this because, as I'd come face to face with the realities of what Cambridge Analytica had done, I saw all too clearly just how misguided I'd been. I did this because it was the only way to try to make up for what I'd been a part of. But, for more than any other reason, I did this because telling my story to anyone who would listen was the only way we could learn and hopefully prepare for what comes next. That was my mission now, to raise the alarm about how Cambridge Analytica had operated and about the dangers that big data posed, so that next time voters on both sides would understand the full stakes of the data wars that our democracy is up against. The driver took us deeper and deeper into the garage, circling farther down. Why so deep, I wondered. But of course, I already knew. Privacy is a hard thing to come by these days. Chapter 1. A late lunch. Early 2014. The first time I saw Alexander Nix, it was through a thick pane of glass, which is perhaps the best way to view a man like him. I had shown up late for a business lunch that had been hastily arranged by my close friend, Chester Freeman, who was acting, as he often did, as my guardian angel. I was there to meet with 3 associates of Chester's, 2 men I knew, and 1 I didn't, all of whom were looking for talent at the intersection of politics and social media. I counted this area as part of my political expertise, having worked on Obama's 2008 campaign. Though I was still busy researching my dissertation for my PhD, I was also on the market for a well-paying job. I had kept the facts secret.